Mind Gym: The Best Exercises to Aid True Athletes. Written by Vance Avery. Narrated by Sam Slidell. Introduction. Whether mild or intensive, exercises are important to every athlete, whatever sports you are playing. Most athletes depend on their coach's training. Most of the times, they are afraid to think beyond the necessary training for them or are contented of what is given as training. Some athletes even make excuses to disregard training. With this book, you will learn the exercises that are good for you and the different muscles that these exercises affect the different fitness factors, namely strength, agility, flexibility, endurance, and balance of your body. Reading this book will ultimately help you achieve your fitness goals as an athlete. It will help you understand the different core muscles essential in keeping you strong, agile, and powerful. The exercises in this book will certainly improve your performance as an athlete. This book is a product of thorough research. Many athletes and fitness enthusiasts use the exercises discussed in this book. Even trainers use these theories and exercises to improve the overall well-being of their clients. Coaches incorporate the different exercises in this book in enhancing the performance of their team members. Plus, the exercises are easy to follow and execute. Most of the exercises do not require gym equipment or membership. You can do it from the comfort of your home, your lawn, or wherever you prefer. This book promises you to become a better athlete. This book helps you to create a training routine suitable for you based on body weight. However, it does not promise you to do it in a matter of days. An athlete's competitiveness and performance take a long time to build. This book will help you build and achieve such goals. To find out these exercises, turn the page and start reading now. Chapter 1. Training Factors to Remember. Whether you admit it or not, every athlete has a weakness or two. You need different exercise routines to address these various weaknesses. Some exercises may even target a specific muscle group to keep this group nimble, explosive, and fast in responding to stimuli, such as catching a ball or throwing a basketball to a teammate. What are these factors that make you a better and competitive athlete? These factors are strength, endurance, flexibility, agility, and balance. Although you need specific training exercise in improving a specific factor, performing exercises that target the other factors will improve your overall competitiveness. Furthermore, exercises that address the different fitness factors contribute to your well-being as an athlete. Some athletes need to focus on improving their strength because they are powerlifters. Others focus on flexibility and agility because they are high jump athletes, while runners focus on endurance. However, striking a balance between these 5 factors will make you a better and more competitive athlete than focusing on a specific factor. You may even sustain injuries if you do not perform flexibility exercises. You may even compromise your endurance skills if you do not devote time to agility exercises. In the following chapters, expect to learn the best exercises to improve your strength, to enhance your endurance, to increase agility and flexibility, and to maintain balance so that you do not endanger yourself during the actual event or game. The benefits of a balanced exercise routine. Most athletes commit the mistake of performing the same exercise regime over the course of a month or a week. If you are one of these athletes who never introduces randomness into a routine, now is the time to start taking exercise routines that truly strengthen your core muscles, improve your balance, and increase your speed. Chapter 2. Various body and core muscles. Your body composes of different muscles that help you move, run, lift, or stretch. It has minor and major muscles. In most training programs, you might have heard the importance of core muscles and the benefits of strengthening such muscles in improving your performance as an athlete. Before you begin exercising or developing your own exercise program, you must understand the core muscles that you need to strengthen, improve, or enhance in order to become an excellent athlete. Chest and upper back. The muscles in the chest and upper back consist of many major muscles in the body. These muscles are responsible for various movements, such as raising your arm and moving the head from side to side. The muscles in this region are trapezius, rhomboid major, pectoralis major, pectoralis minor, infraspinatus, teres major, serratus anterior, deltoid, and latissimus dorsi. The pectoralis major, commonly referred to as pecs, is the largest, dominant muscle on each side of the chest. It is responsible for moving the arm in lateral, rotational, and vertical motions. These muscles help you in breathing. The pecs are more developed in men than in women, especially if properly worked out. Arms and hand. Muscles in the arms and hand are designed to cater to your body's needs of speed, strength, and precision. They help in completing daily activities such as gripping, writing, lifting, and washing. Athletic activities that involve the arms and hands muscles include throwing a javelin or ball in a basketball or volleyball, or punching in boxing sports. These sports require strong arm and hand muscles in performing the activities properly. At the same time, these kinds of sports require fast and precise movements. The upper arm muscles help in flexing and extending the elbow joint. 3 muscles are used in the flexing movement of the arm. These are the brachialis, biceps brachii, and brachioradialis, while the triceps brachii acts as the extensor. The flexor carpi radialis and flexor digitorum superficialis are responsible for the reflexes of the arm and hands. Thus, if athletes or bodybuilders would like to increase the size on their arms, they normally perform exercises and rigorous training that target these areas. Abdomen, lower back, and pelvis. The muscles found in your abdomen, lower back, and pelvis protect your vital organs such as liver, intestines, and kidneys. Most trainers refer to this muscle group as the core muscles, since these muscles are responsible for the movement of the torso, posture, and stability of your body. The muscles transverse and rectus abdominis and the internal and external obliques are part of this muscle group. On the other hand, the muscles of the lower back are responsible in bending and adjusting your body to maintain balance. The erector spinae and quadratus lumborum muscles are part of the lower back muscle group. In the pelvic part, you can find part of the gluteus maximus and hamstrings. In this part, the buttocks, lower back, and the thighs are interconnected. The pelvic muscles support your weight and any forward motion you make, such as walking, running, and lunges. The psoas major and iliacus are pelvic muscles responsible for rotating the hips. Leg and foot. The muscles starting from the thigh to the foot support weight, balance, and propelling the body in a forward motion. The muscles in the leg and foot are powerful muscles. If you keep them active and fit, these muscles greatly benefit you as an athlete. These muscles constantly adjust to accommodate your movements, whether these movements are at rest or in motion. The quadriceps femoris, the iliopsoas, and sartorius work as a group in flexing the thigh near the pelvis and in extending the legs and knees. The major part of the hamstrings and gluteus maximus is found in the leg or thigh part. The hams and glutes create the opposite motion of the quadriceps by extending the leg in the hip and flexing the knees. Basically, the foot and leg muscles help you in standing, walking, maintaining balance, tiptoeing, and many other activities. Chapter 3. Why understand your body muscles? Knowing the different body and core muscles gives you a better understanding on how your muscle works. With understanding, you can create a program that addresses your weakness as an athlete. You will discover your limitations during your training. Posture improvement. Understanding your body means knowing what to do and how to do it. When properly done, core training can improve your posture as an athlete. Most athletes may have good posture during the competition, but with their normal activities, they tend to forget posture. Awareness of the different body muscles that affect posture make you conscious if you are standing correctly or doing an exercise correctly. Core stability. With core stability, you can perform complex training exercises. You can handle even the most exhaustive training without complaining from muscle strain. Balance enhancement. Balance enhancement does not only refer to the balance of the body, it also means the proper balance of training one muscle group together with other muscle groups. Most athletes have imbalanced muscles, where one muscle group is stronger than the others, and vice versa. This imbalance in the muscles makes you a weaker athlete. Some days you find you have explosive strength, but you lack the agility needed to execute a game strategy. This leads to failure, or worse, frustration over your own weakness. Although some sports require strength-only or agility-only factors, balanced muscles will give you a better advantage over your opponents. Prevention of injury. There are so many conflicting theories regarding the benefit of core training and its benefits in preventing injuries. However, 3 things are clear in core training. First, too much training causes injuries. Second, decreased activity of the muscles produces injuries. If you subject these muscles to intensive gameplay after prolonged inactivity, these muscles sustain tears and strain, which may lead to injuries, either temporarily or permanently. Lastly, improper training of these muscles leads to injuries. Thus, it is important to know the different functions of these muscles. It gives you an idea on how these muscles work. Knowing the functions of the muscles helps you determine your limitations. You identify when is the right time to lift a very heavy bar or perform too many crunches. Chapter 4. Flexibility exercises. Some coaches, trainers, and athletes ignore flexibility exercises because of its indirect role in preventing injuries and in making an athlete perform better. This training factor may be undervalued, but you may still benefit if you include some flexibility exercises in your training routine. What is flexibility? In general, it means the ability of a joint and its adjoining muscles to create movement without sustaining an injury. This movement can either be passive or active. A passive flexibility movement involves no muscle to hold a stretch. For example, you stretch your shoulder blades without moving them backward or forward. Inflexible muscles limit your movements. You may suffer muscle strain after doing an intensive movement, such as running for an hour. This may lead to an injury. To test for muscle flexibility, try connecting your hands through your back, where one arm is above your shoulders and the other is elbow level. If you have a hard time doing it, your shoulder, arms, and back muscles may not be as flexible as they should be. The benefits of flexibility exercise. Flexibility exercise activates the muscles in your body. This exercise warms up your body. You are preparing your body for an optimum performance. It also improves the range of motion in your joints and muscles. Increased range of motion means increased flexibility. Increased flexibility means decreased injuries. With dynamic flexibility exercise, you increase body awareness. Through a dynamic warm-up, you can feel which of your muscles are tight and are in need of flexibility exercise. It also challenges your coordination and helps you identify which skills are essential for a better performance. A flexibility exercise also enhances muscular power. Since you have readied your body for rigorous training, lifting a weight or running a mile is easier than training without any flexibility warm-up. Calories burned. The calories you burned in performing flexibility exercises depend on your weight, height, the length or how long your stretching exercises are, and how dynamic or static the stretches are. Larger people burn more calories than smaller people do because their body needs more energy to sustain a movement. Approximately, a mild dynamic stretching can burn 140 calories for a 140-pound person. Men may even burn more calories than women do, On the other hand, extremely static stretches may only burn 40 calories or more, but not more than 70 or 80 calories. Different flexibility exercises and stretching. Most flexibility exercises involve stretching. Stretching exercises have different types which you can include in your training program. Some types of stretches and flexibility exercises are sport-specific, while others are for generic purposes. Exercise 1. Dynamic flexibility exercises. These exercises involve an active movement of the muscles. The ideal dynamic warm-up is 5 to 10 minutes. Examples of dynamic exercises are leg swings, walking lunges, cradle hip walk, and arms swings. Examples of sport-specific dynamic stretches are standing hip swing with the use of ski poles, standing trunk rotation for hockey players, and under the fence, which is the combination of side lunges and standing. Exercise 2. Static stretches. You can perform stretches starting from your upper body down to your lower body to ensure that your muscles are warmed up properly or are cooling off as necessary. The best time to perform static stretches is after your body has warmed up or after an intensive exercise. Examples of static stretching are chest and shoulder, triceps stretch, standing quadriceps, single leg hamstring, standing calf, glute stretch, and adductor stretch. Guidelines to remember. Stretching increases muscle flexibility. However, it does not mean that the more you stretch, the better is your flexibility. Take note of these guidelines while planning for your dynamic warm-up and static stretching after a workout. Tip number 1. Perform dynamic flexibility exercise before a rigorous training. Some study shows that dynamic stretching, if done right, decreases injury. Tip number 2. Do static stretching after an intensive exercise. This way you can cool down your body before resting after the exercise or training. Tip number 3. Remember that each joint has a perfect range of motion. Do not overstretch. Avoid stretching a cold muscle. Tip number 4. Perform stretching and flexibility exercise with someone or other people so that they can see whether or not you are performing the warm-up exercise right. Chapter 5. Exercises for strength and power improvement. Coaches give their athletes strength exercises at least once a week. In fact, most of an athlete's training time is devoted to strengthening the core muscles. Most coaches believe that core training greatly improves the performance of an athlete in all aspects. Many experts say that a combination of power and strength in muscles will make an athlete better. Power alone or strength alone may contribute, but a combination is a powerful combination. What are strength and power? Some say strength and power mean the same, but these two fitness factors in exercise have two different meanings. Power refers to the ability of an athlete to create a force or movement with speed. It requires strength and speed to create a force. On the other hand, strength in muscles means the force a muscle needs to move an external load. Speed is not an important factor. Calories burned. The calories burned during an extensive workout differ from person to person and depend on the manner of the training, the length of the training, and the type of muscles you use in each routine. Approximately, you can burn at least 100 to 500 calories. Basically, the more you work out, the higher the calories are burned. However, such is not the case all the time. Ironically, an aerobics exercise may burn more calories than that of an intensive core strength exercise. But it does not mean you have to stick to aerobics, since this exercise may not address or help you with your goals as an athlete. The best exercise to improve strength and power. There are so many exercises that can help you improve power and strength in your core muscles. Here are the best ones that you can use in your training. You can do it alone or with a trainer to make sure you are executing the exercises right, especially on exercises that require lifting heavy objects. Exercise 1. Weightlifting. Usually, Powerlifters benefit from this exercise, but other athletes could also use this as part of an intensive training. Despite the claims that it is bad for the back, it is still one of the best strengthening exercises. For it to work, you need to lift heavy objects, such as barbells. Examples of weightlifting are deadlift, Romanian deadlift, row exercise, and dumbbell inclines. Deadlift involves the lifting of a barbell or any heavy object off the floor with one fluid movement. You can execute a deadlift using varied forms. Romanian deadlift is one variation that uses a squat form to lift a barbell or dumbbells. Rack pull deadlift is a variation where the barbell is slightly elevated. This is good for building the muscles in the upper back and traps. Sumo deadlift refers to the lifting of a heavy barbell using the sumo stance. Clean and jerk is also a weightlifting exercise. However, powerlifter athletes usually are the ones who engage in this type of training. If you want to include it in your exercise routine, make sure that a trainer supervises you, especially if you are not a professional powerlifter. Dumbbell inclines, on the other hand, is a weightlifting exercise that requires you to lie down while you lift up and down the dumbbells with your arms. This exercise removes the pressure in the back, especially if you are having a hard time lifting objects off the floor. Proper maneuvers for a deadlift. Deadlift is a good core strengthening exercise. However, you must correctly execute it to gain the best results. Your stance must be hip-width apart, same as a squat, but narrower. Your feet must be firmly planted on the floor, where your toes are at a 15-degree angle. Your arms, front view, must be vertical but slightly inclined from the side view. Your lower back must be neutral but not straight and not too curvy. Relax your shoulders. Your grip must be apart, same as the width of your shoulders. Chest up to avoid rounding your back. Lock your elbows before and during the pull. While lifting the bar, do not look up and do not look at your feet. Just look straight ahead. Pull slowly and do not jerk the bar off the rack or off the floor. Take a deep breath, hold it for a few seconds, and exhale once you lift the bar and touch it to your shins. Between repetitions, do not bounce. While lifting the bar, do not roll your shoulders or shrug them. Just relax. During lockout, do not lean back once you've lifted the bar completely. What are the muscles this exercise works? You need 5 muscle groups to complete a weightlifting exercise. In gripping the bar, you are strengthening your arms and grips. As you lift the bar, your triceps and biceps help in maintaining the position. During a deadlift, your abs supports your lower back. With proper diet and constant execution of weightlifting exercise, your abs will become prominent. Traps, short for trapezius muscle, contract to keep your shoulders in place. Your shoulder and chest muscles also help in executing the deadlift. They contract due to the force of the lift. The muscles in your back and legs also contract during the lift. The heavier the lift, the stronger they become. Exercise 2. Squats. Squats work the hips and hams, legs and glutes, short for gluteus maximus. Combined with weights, you are working your traps and arms too. Properly executed, you would be lifting the stress off your knees. Performing squats has a lot of variations. You can use 1 or 2 variations and include them in your weekly routine. The regular squat involves the use of your body weight. You stand straight, legs apart, and sit until your thighs are parallel to your knees. For variation, you stand, squat, stand, and jump. Another variation is the pistol squat. You lift one leg slightly up and squat while one leg is still raised. Hold the position for a few seconds and stand. Repeat the process of your desired repetitions. The other variations are using light weights to execute a squat, either a dumbbell or a weight plate. Some of the variations, such as the pistol squat, are also good balance exercises. Proper maneuvers of a squat. Your back must be neutral. While in a squat position, make sure your feet are firmly planted on the floor. Do not lean over or lean back. Legs must be shoulder width apart, not too narrow and not too wide. Exercise 3. Lunges. Lunges have 3 variations. These are front, backward, and side lunges. This exercise strengthens the quadriceps, hams, and glutes. It tones your inner and outer thighs. Side lunges improve balance, while backward lunges enhance coordination. Proper execution of lunges. Properly done, lunges do not put a strain on your knee joints. For forward lunges, keep your upper back straight, chin up, and shoulders relaxed. Do not look down. While doing the lunges, contract your abs for better results. Step forward while lowering your hips and bending your knees. To complete the execution, your knees must be bent at a 90-degree angle. Your lowered knee must not touch the floor. Hold it for a second or two and push back up. Be aware of keeping your weight on your heels as you go back to your standing position. You can do the reverse of this action to perform a backward lunge. The side lunge is almost the same with the traditional lunge, except that one leg is bent at the side. Exercise 4. Prowler. The prowler is actually a piece of equipment that you push or pull across the floor. You can add or remove weights, depending on your training objectives. It is one of the safest strengthening tools because of the limiting factor it offers. Once a prowler weight becomes too heavy for you, you won't be able to push or drag the sled over the floor. Prowler exercise is a conditioning tool. At the same time, it strengthens the upper and lower body parts. For some people, they use prowler exercise to add body size. Other variations also work the chest and traps. Guidelines to remember. Recovery is important in core strengthening exercise. It may take a day to a week for your muscles to recover, depending on the intensity of the training you made. Training a core muscle before it recovers may cause problems and injury. If you feel sore even after 2 days of not doing intensive core training, it is best to postpone core strengthening exercise. Better do light exercises such as flexibility stretches, balance exercise, and other exercises that do not directly train the core muscles you just exposed to intensive training. Drink lots of water and post-workout drinks to help your sore muscles recover. Eat energy-boosting diet to hasten recovery. Rest a lot. Core strength training is not an overnight result. It takes 1 or more training to achieve a stronger muscle core. In order to maintain what you have achieved, schedule at least 1 intensive training every week after your muscles have accustomed to the new training. Eventually, introduce other intensive exercises to ensure you are achieving the results you wanted. The key to core strengthening exercise is moderation. In addition, always consult your physician and your coach regarding your off-season training. Chapter 6. Endurance Exercises. Endurance or stamina is important for an athlete. With endurance, you can finish a marathon or perform a lot of event without getting tired easily in a decathlon. You can sustain your performance until the finish line. What is endurance? Endurance is your ability to withstand physical activity for a longer period of time. It is associated with cardiovascular effect in your body, wherein your heart can supply the demand of the increased and prolonged activity. Endurance training involves repetitive and continuous routines. Classic examples of endurance training are running and aerobics exercises. You can combine it with strength training, agility, or balance training to achieve optimum results. The benefits of doing endurance training. This type of exercise improves the cardiovascular aspect of your body. With endurance training, you can last longer in a sport without straining your heart and body. Even if your sport does not involve endurance or stamina, incorporating endurance exercise into your routine improves your athletic performance. With cardio exercise, you are improving the efficiency and effectiveness of your heart and the muscles in your body. Calories burned. Just like the strength training, endurance exercise burns 100 to 500 calories, depending on the intensity of your workout and the extensiveness of the routine that you do. The best exercises to boost endurance. You can use all the strengthening exercises as part of your endurance training. The difference is to perform repetitions than your usual ones. Aside from the training exercises mentioned in the previous chapter, here are the best endurance exercises that improve your cardiovascular system. Exercise 1. Running. It is one of the simplest, most used endurance exercises known on the planet. Running works the legs, glutes, and hams. It also builds the quadriceps. Running may improve your cardiovascular and respiratory system, but it does not build big muscles. If you want to increase your muscles in the upper body, you need to incorporate other core strengthening exercises. Proper maneuver for running. You do not need any equipment unless you are doing it on a treadmill. You can start running once or twice a week for 15 to 30 minutes. When you think you are accustomed to that phase, you can gradually increase the distance and the time for running. Make sure to warm up before running. Wear the right running shoes to keep your soles free of any blisters and soreness. To increase the challenge of your running exercise, include weights or run uphill or downhill. Exercise 2. Aerobics exercise. This exercise may not be as intense as the other exercises mentioned in the other chapters, but it is still a good endurance exercise. The repetitive actions and movements will certainly help you in improving your endurance and stamina. You can engage in aerobics exercises in between training when you are in recovery mode after a very intense workout. Moreover, it also contributes to enhancing your coordination. Exercise 3. Sit-ups. One of the classic exercises, this endurance exercise works the lower back and abs. 60 to 100 sit-ups every day will certainly boost endurance for an athlete. Gradually increasing the number of reps every week will help you achieve endurance results. Other variations include working the sides. The limiting factor of sit-ups is the failure to strengthen other core muscles. Thus, it is important to combine sit-ups with other exercises. Sit-ups alone do not define the muscles in your torso. You have to include other core strengthening exercises to achieve the results you want. Proper maneuvers for sit-ups. Despite being simple, a lot of athletes still forget how to execute a proper sit-up. With proper execution, you avoid hurting your back and your knee joints. Lie on your back on a firm and flat surface. Bend your knees with feet hip-width apart. Place your arms at the back of your head. Relax. Slowly lift your upper body towards your bent knees. You may sit up all the way to a sitting position or stay in a crunch position. Some experts argue that crunches develop the muscles in your torso more than a full sit-up does to this muscle group. Whichever you prefer, the important thing is you are performing the sit-ups properly to avoid hurting your neck and your lower back. Exercise 4. Push-ups. Another classic exercise is the push-up. Push-ups work the pectoralis major, triceps brachii, deltoids, and the abdominal muscles. Push-ups have many variations. These are incline push-ups, wide grip push-ups, one-arm push-ups, decline push-ups, and T push-ups. Wide grip variation is a little difficult to maneuver due to the limited mechanical advantage when pushing your body up. Your arms are wider than the standard width of push-up stance. Incline push-ups target the chest with decreased stress on the elbows. Arms are situated higher than the feet. Decline push-ups, on the other hand, work the shoulders, chest, and arms. The feet are higher than the arms, which makes it a little difficult due to the pull of gravity. It is similar to pushing up your body upside down. The more your body is in the decline position, the harder the push-up is. One-arm push-up uses one arm alternately. It specifically targets the triceps muscles. Total body control is important to achieve this variation. For proper posture, keep your back straight. Arms are shoulder-width apart for standard push-ups. Keep your elbows as close to your body as possible. Inhale as you lower your body and exhale as you push up. Focus your eyes in front of you. Do not look at the ground. Equipment for endurance training. You can use machines to perform endurance training. Alternatively, you may just run or walk or swim to boost your stamina and endurance as an athlete. Guidelines to remember. Remember to drink lots of fluid while doing endurance training. The last thing you would want is to dehydrate your body. You'll be sweating a lot, so always keep a bottle of water handy. If you are running, drink at least 2 glasses of water before starting. Always perform dynamic warm-up before any rigorous training. At the end of the endurance training, cool down by doing stretches to relax the muscles you have used in endurance training. Chapter 4 discusses the flexibility exercises. Endurance exercises should not make you breathless that you can hardly talk. They should not trigger dizziness and chest pain. Chapter 7. Exercises to increase agility. A lot of sports require speed and agility. Examples of these sports are baseball, basketball, volleyball, hockey, and soccer. Increasing this aspect makes you a better athlete. There are ways to increase agility, combined with strength and endurance training, but first you need to understand the meaning of agility and what other factors that you would need to achieve a good training for agility. What is agility? Agility is your ability to start, stop, and change direction in as fast as you can manage in an effective and efficient manner. Other factors to consider for increasing agility are balance, strength, speed, and coordination. Balance is your capacity to retain body equilibrium while moving or resting. Strength is the ability of your body muscles to withstand resistance, such as gravity, muscle contraction, flexion, or extension. Coordination is controlling the body movements in collaboration with your senses. Speed is your ability to move your body in cooperation with what your senses and mind dictate. The benefits of agility exercise. Agility exercise improves your overall performance as an athlete and your movements in relation to your daily activities. It enhances coordination and balance. It augments your quick thinking and precision. With constant training, you are improving your body's responses to your mind. Agility exercise lessens recovery time. More often, it involves high-intensity movements. With the burst of movements, sometimes you end up with sore muscles. However, as you continue to perform agility exercises, your recovery time decreases. With stronger muscles and increased coordination, you decrease your risk of injuries in the long run. When your speed increases and your coordination skills augment, you achieve results in minimal time. For example, you can catch a ball and throw it to someone in your team in a split second. Calories burned. Based on a body weight of 150 pounds, agility exercises can burn approximately 1,000 or more calories in an hour. Due to the combined strength, intensity, and speed, agility exercise burns more calories than a pure strength exercise. Exercises for increasing agility and speed. Athletes who need agility and speed will benefit from these exercises. Sports that need agility exercises include basketball, hockey, gymnasts, and other that require sudden changes in direction. The exercises mentioned in this chapter only include horizontal and lateral training exercises. Exercise 1. Lateral plyometric jumps. As an athlete, you also need to develop agility, power, and stability in a lateral motion. This exercise helps you move from a horizontal motion as a starting point and move laterally while you jump over an obstacle. Hurdle jumpers can benefit from this type of exercise. The best time to perform lateral plyometric jumps is when you have achieved a strong coordination skill by doing agility drills and dot drills. The reason for doing so will greatly reduce the risk of injuries. With your hips, legs, and foot accustomed to agility drills, doing plyometric jumps is easier than doing it first before any other agility exercises. Proper technique. Perform the exercise after an intensive warm-up, perhaps at the end of your training program for the day. Avoid hard surfaces. Doing lateral plyometric jumps provide better results if you do it on a soft plane such as grassy area, sandy beach, or in a gym. Land your jump with a squat so that your legs and thighs can absorb whatever shocks your jumps create. Vary your landing. You can either land on one foot first or rebound in 2 feet in the next jump. First, perform small jumps. Gradually increase the height and distance of your jump. After every jump, rest for 30 seconds to a minute. Do small sets of jumps, then increase the number of your jumps every week. Exercise 2. Ladder agility drills. Ladder agility drills use a ladder where you jump in and out of it, or walk and run while changing directions. You can combine ladder agility drills with lateral jumps to create a more complex agility exercise. Your goal is to increase coordination skills and speed of changing directions. As an athlete, you need to think fast while executing a killer move that ultimately gives your team the edge of winning the game. Proper maneuvers. Before starting with a ladder agility drill, plan the patterns you would be doing. For a better training strategy, ask someone, your coach or your co-athlete in the team, to shout out the pattern for you. You may even combine endurance and strength exercises with ladder agility drills by performing push-ups on ladder spaces. When you push your body up, you lift your body and change the spaces where your hands land. Aside from a ladder, you can use tires, cones, or any obstacles that are available. Exercise 3. Dot drills. Dot drill is an exercise where you move from one dot to another using a dot drill mat and a specific pattern. The dot drill mat may contain as few as 5 dots to as many as 10 dots. This exercise improves foot speed and coordination while remembering the pattern. Proper maneuvers for dot drills. The best place to do a dot drill is a gym. However, if you plan to do it in an outdoor area, make sure that the area is flat. You can either make your own dot drill mat or buy it online. You may follow a pattern or create your own. For a more challenging drill, blindfold your eyes so you won't be tempted to look down the dots. While doing this, ask someone to supervise your drill and see if you are landing on the correct dots. Alternatively, ask another athlete for a little competition and see who finishes first. Guidelines to remember. Whenever you feel tired or your movements have slowed, it is time to stop the agility training. Remember, you are training for speed, which means you have to train smart, not hard. It is recommended to rest for 48 hours in between intensive agility training. This is to give time to your reflex muscles and central nervous system to cope with the strenuous activity. Always consult your physician before incorporating any intensive exercise regime to ensure that you do not injure yourself during the process. Ask your coach to assess if you have made improvements in your agility and speed. If there's one person who will recognize the change in your performance, it would be your coach. Whether your coach has seen your training session or not, let your coach assess your progress. If your coach's assessments are not good, do not be discouraged. Keep doing what you are doing. Better yet, ask your coach for any suggestion or improving techniques to help you with your training session. Chapter 8. Exercises for Balance Development. Balance has 2 types, static and dynamic. Static balance is your ability to maintain equilibrium while at rest, while the dynamic balance is your ability to maintain stability while moving. With proper training, you can improve your balance and eventually improve coordination. Your body has a natural sway due to the constant adaptation of your different senses to internal and external triggers. This natural sway refers to the proprioceptive sense that everybody experiences. It is one of your senses. It refers to the ability to sense movement and body position. The other senses that make up the proprioceptive sense are eyes, ears, and the nervous system. With these senses, they form the balance of the body and help you move in a coordinated fashion with your arms and legs. The benefits of doing balance exercise. It is one of the essential fitness components that athletes should develop. With balanced body, you significantly improve your performance as an athlete. Aside from increased coordination, balance training helps you prevent injuries by increasing awareness of the senses and the muscles that affect equilibrium. With balance tests, you learn your weaknesses and know how to address them properly. Balance training helps you prepare for that quick lunge. It also helps increase agility. With a more balanced movement, you can execute a movement smoothly and accurately. Calories burned. Depending on the intensity of the exercise and your body weight, you can burn a minimum of 200 calories. Exercises that improve balance. There are two types of balance training: static balance training and dynamic balance training. Static balance training may involve standing on one leg, blindfolding your eyes to feel the sway in your body. Exercise 1. One-legged and two-legged balance. It is as simple as standing on one leg or blindfolding your eyes to as complex as performing dot drills using one foot at a time. This exercise may involve static or dynamic training. To make this drill interesting, jump in 2 foot and land on 1 foot or vice versa. You may even include obstacles. Alternatively, use a jump rope to test your balance when jumping on 1 foot. Exercise 2. Stability ball and sit-ups. Instead of lying on the ground, you use a stability ball to do the sit-ups. Controlling the ball and performing the sit-ups at the same time make this exercise even more challenging than the ordinary sit-up. Exercise 3. Pilates exercise. It is based on the principle of correcting posture and healing injuries for elderly people. However, with tailored programs, you can improve your posture and balance. This exercise may need the help of an expert if you want to address specific problems with your balance. Alternatively, you can use Pilates tutorial video to perform some of the basic exercises. Equipment for balance training. Balance exercise may be performed with other tools to make it more fun. Balance board or balance cushion are examples of tools that you can use to improve your balance, aside from just using your feet or closing your eyes. Guidelines to remember. When doing balance exercises, remove objects that may injure you when you lose your balance. Never perform death-defying exercises just to prove to yourself or to others that you have excellent balance skills. Avoid training with rigid footwear. Use shoes that enhance the contour of your feet so that you feel how your feet react with your training. Balance training is a complementary exercise on top of the other exercises you do in a week. Do not just focus your time on developing balance. Perform this exercise in between intensive strength and endurance workout. To monitor your progress, find a training buddy who is honest and as dedicated as you are. Chapter 9. Training Habits for an Athlete. One of the concerns an athlete usually has is how often the training should be. As an athlete, discipline is an important aspect of training. If you are a serious one and want to improve your performance, building the habit of training yourself, even off-season, should be one of your priorities. As an athlete, you want to keep fit, agile, strong, and powerful. Here are winning habits that you should maintain, whether you are young or a veteran athlete. Eat right. Many athletes are guilty of poor eating habits. It is okay to indulge yourself eating burgers and fries after a game. However, do not make it a habit. To obtain optimum results, eat healthy and right. Never skip breakfast or any meals of the day. Your body needs more energy to burn. Eat 3 nutritious meals every day and small meals in between to keep up with the physical activity of your body. You should eat food that slowly releases energy into your muscles. Avoid eating too much cholesterol. If you are putting on lean muscles, eat foods that are high in protein, limit carbs, and minimize fatty foods. Do not make any excuses. If you are one of the athletes who find alibis to postpone training, stop it right now. Excuses do not make you a winner. They would lead you to nowhere. If you really want to succeed, make it a habit of finding a way to train instead of the other way around. Eventually, you will see the results of your perseverance. Do not mind other people raising their brows because you are training off-season. Instead, commit yourself to constant training and in finding ways to improve your current performance. Moreover, be willing to accept any suggestions from your coach or co-teammates. If you think you are doing it right, try doing one of the suggestions to see if anything changes. Keep training. Injuries are one of the many alibis that athletes turn into when they do not want to train. Perhaps an injury is a valid reason, but not enough to keep postponing your training. There are other ways to train. If your feet sustain injuries, then exercise your arms and upper body. The key here is to maintain an exercise, albeit being light. Besides, keeping the other parts of your body active, despite your injury, may even hasten your recovery. Exercise releases chemical reactions in your body that heal torn muscles or mend broken bones. Failure makes you stronger. Some athletes stop training because they fail for the first time. Whenever you feel frustrated because you are too slow, keep training. Use your failures to find ways in circumventing your weaknesses. Each workout you do should push you to the limit. If you did not achieve the results you want, try again until you succeed. Focus on the outcome instead of wallowing and grieving in your failures. Be optimistic too. Competing in a sport is very stressful, and sometimes you experience losses. With optimism, you can move on easily and will try to seek ways to overcome the specific factor that made you fail the competition. Remember, it really pays to be a winner, not just once, but all the time. The feelings of elation overcome the many hardships and failures you might have experienced during your training days. Never lose yourself to the politics of training and sports. There are so many conflicting theories on how to do this and that. Be open-minded with everything that goes on around you. When your coach says that certain training is bad for you because your coach hates the advocates of such training, do not let it hinder you in trying it. During the competition, be sociable, even to your competitors. Smile and treat them nice, just as you treat a friend or acquaintance. Indeed, it is a competition, and that you should consider them enemies. However, you would be leaving a bad impression to other people, athletes or not. Lastly, enjoy your training. Do not take it too seriously. Always give yourself a room for improvement. With this attitude, you won't feel depressed whenever you fail. Chapter 10. Training, Visualization, and its Benefits. Visualization for athletes is an important part of training. It may not directly affect the physical aspect of training, but visualization or meditation training, at least once a week, keeps the mind alert. It also provides an insight into how your body works and recovers after a training session or an injury. If you are imagining that you can lift that bar with minimum effort, you are using visualization. Whether you admit it or not, you have used imagination or imagery to help you finish a training session or spur you to the finish line. Benefits and disadvantages of visualization. Physically, visualization does not do anything. What it does is build your confidence and experience. It makes your mind peaceful. Visualization conditions your mind what to expect from the real thing. What the mind says that you are capable of doing, your body follows. However, if you devote too much time visualizing without any actual practice, you are forfeiting the purpose of the imagery. You might even harm your body by exposing to activities that you cannot do. To avoid this, ensure that you are doing the visualization right. Proper techniques for visualization. For a first-timer, perform visualization with an expert or skilled practitioner. It will help you establish the difference between an imagination and a creative visualization. Although these two are closely correlated, there is a slight difference when you know what you are doing. Sit in a comfortable place, but not your bedroom. Let your body be relaxed, but still aware of your surroundings. Your goal is to visualize, not sleep, during the process. Never visualize in an empty or full stomach. A growling stomach may disrupt your concentration. On the other hand, a full stomach relaxes your body and may make you sleepy. Perform visualization exercise at least twice a week for 5 to 15 minutes to condition your mind and body. After visualization, always do what you have visualized in reality. You would know what to expect and determine how different it is when you do something in actuality. Always end your visualization with a positive image. Your goal is to feel good of a training session before it starts. Be honest and practical too. Imagining that you can do it, whatever the circumstances, will give you more harm than the benefit. For an instance, you have a slight injury, and you visualize that your injury will be gone after a week. Common sense dictates that it won't be like that. For a severe injury, you would need at least a month to recover. Visualization helps your mind to think that you will heal, and not to heal faster. It removes any negative feeling. Always focus on your breathing every time you lose the image you are visualizing. If the imagery is not going as you want it to be, simply open your eyes and take a deep breath. Start all over again. Lastly, visualization is not a substitute. Do not use it as an excuse to stop your training. Remember, excuses do not make you a winner. This has been Mind Gym, the best exercises to aid true athletes. Written by Vance Avery. Narrated by Sam Slidell. Copyright 2017 by Vance Avery. Production copyright 2017 by Vance Avery.